Hey everybody, what's going on? Love Them Knives here. Let's talk about this Civivi knife. It's the mini Shakan, and it's mini all right. It really is. You know what? Does that blade kind of remind you of the Praxis a little bit? Of course, probably same designer, right? Probably Joe, anyhow, the main CEO over there. But this is a little button lock with Nitro V, and it's small. It could be like a little fifth pocket carry. Comes in this box, Civivi. Didn't try to beat it up too bad, but there's a label on there. And let's flip to the desktop and take a closer look at this little dog. Captured ceramic bearings, button lock, and all that good stuff. We shaking all over. Yeah, it's the Shakan. Okay, didn't you see that? Mini Shakan, S-H-A-K-A-N, ripple pattern. Coyote brown, lunium, Nitro V blade. Yeah, that's what it is. But God, it's small. It's small. Look at this. God, that's just like, it's like nothing, right? It's like nothing. Thanks for nothing. Oh, where's my little, I gotta get my little artisan out here. Check that out. Now, this is not the pyrite. This is the other one. I can't remember the name of this to save my soul. But the pyrite, long story about this little dog. But in any case, this and the pyrite's got the same size. It's just got a different shaped blade. But look at this. And that pyrite, this little mini from CJRB, it's tiny. And this is almost the same size. Wow. It's amazing. Where's my PM2. Like I said, this isn't a huge knife. This is 8 1/4. This isn't 9-inch knife, right? This is close to a 9-inch knife. Okay, that's insane. Okay, whatever. But let's kick this over. Wow. Let's get the old tape on it. But coyote brown aluminum. Do you like aluminum? Some people don't. I'm fine with it. Especially when it's got a pattern on it, so it's got decent grip. 2.5-inch blade at best. 65 millimeters at best. And 6 inch over, not quite. Like 5.9 at 14, let's say 15. Let's just call it 15 centimeters. Wow. But you can flip the clip, and it's a deep carry, and it's tapered screws, so it's flat against there, and it's captured ceramic bearings, and it is a button lock. It's not a type top liner lock. It's a true button lock where the collar catches the back of the blade like that. And you can see as you bring the blade around where that collar comes in. Boom, right there. So that, you know what? I think button locks, when they first came out, like a couple of years ago, at least the generation that came out a couple of years ago, weren't as nicely done at first as they are now. This really gives you a solid lock up here, okay? And it's not as iffy as some button locks were, okay? So this I trust, okay? But never trust a folding knife. I mean, always treat it carefully, right? But here's your button lock, and the button is above the scale grade, see? So it can be pushed to, if it was in your pocket, it could get pushed to flush. And if it was technically flush, it might still hold, okay? So you have to go a little bit below, yeah, to release it, okay? So even if it got pushed in your pocket to where it's flush with these scales, it's still probably gonna hold. And then you go. So, but it's a good solid lockup on it, but it's so light. But this, you know, the Praxis almost has a leaf-shaped blade, and this is a little bit like that. It's a flat grind, Nitro V, by the way. I don't know where they say Nitro V right there. Yeah, they don't put stuff on here, do they? Civivi, that's the only thing that tells you, and it's captured because that pivot has a little notch under it that captures, and so this is not going to spin on you, okay? That will unscrew, etc. Got the two little screws here, but you know what? The body screws are number 8s, even on a little dog like that. Yeah, they are. They are. They're number 8s here, okay? Well, send them again, and that is too. What do you think about that? Now, how lightweight is it? It's cool. I mean, it's a flipper. It's thumb studs, so it's fidget friendly. Yeah. And let's put it on the scale. Wow, under 2 ounces, but that shouldn't be surprising, right? It's a small knife at 55 grams. Okay. Kicks open. I was gonna say, what's the, the detent, because the blade weighs nothing, obviously, and the whole knife weighs nothing. But you know what? That's pretty stiff detent, and there's no play in the detent there. But baby, yeah, you got to get under it. Okay. No, it's got a very positive detent on there, and then it's jimped on the flipper tab, just like that. Wow. Okay. So this, for the people that go, you know what, I got a main carry, right? I got a main EDC, big dog, whatever, that I want to carry. But this would be nice as a 5th pocket or a backup. You know what I'm saying? Or, if it's hot summer, blah, 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 light clothing, you want to be somewhat discreet in what you're carrying and this and that. This could be a main carry. It'll get the job done. I mean, it'll cut. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. And you know what? Civivis are usually pretty damn sharp out of the box. All the time I can remember. And this one is no exception. It's sharp out of the box. Nitro V, so it's going to be good. Nice. Relatively corrosion resistant. Good user steel. Decent edge retention. Not difficult to maintain or sharpen. Wow, you got a big old choil on there. I don't know that I needed it, right? Because it's such a small blade that, I mean, you could have brought this up a little further, but that's okay. It is what it is. There it is. Nice. It's centered. No tomfoolery there. Open design. There's your standoffs. Feels tough. Feels tough. Now let's take, stock of a few things here. 0.45, right? Okay, we're at 0. Okay. 0.45 at 11.4. So that's fairly slender. For a tiny knife, it's substantial though. 2.1 millimeter at 0.08 as far as the thickness of the blade stock, and of course you've got these thumb studs. Wow. Okay. Looks good. Fit and finish is really good. Kicks open nicely. Wow. Cool. Almost keychain-ish. You know what I'm saying? And I guess maybe the smaller thing up here is for a lanyard. Maybe. Because this is a standoff and that's a standoff. But this wouldn't need to be for that, and you can see it doesn't come through with screws. It just sits in there because they got a little machined area in there. Yeah, in the box, right? In the box. You get a pouch, you get a microfiber cloth, and which one is the one that's opened? I don't open both sides. I usually just open one. That's all I need to do. There's what it comes in. There's the paperwork. There's your microfiber cloth. There's some more paperwork. There's sticker and sticker. Okay? So if you've got a bunch of Civivi knives, I'll guarantee you have a lot of stickers. Because they put about 2 of them in every one. Plus, the microfiber cloths are nice. I mean, they're this chartreuse color. They're crazy. But yeah, there you go. That's for, That came out, I guess, October 29th, from what I can remember. But, I didn't get this until early November. So here she is in all her glory. Take care. And you know what? I also got this. So the Yonder, I'll talk about very soon. But different knife, bigger knife, interesting knife. All right, I'll let you go, you guys. Take care. Links below. And stay sharp.